Hey guys, welcome back. Another day, another video, and I figure why not? I just got this Lego Piranha plant from the Lego Super Mario line. I believe this was 60 or 70 bucks. I got this via the Lego store. It was actually on back order, and I got an email saying I wouldn't get it until February of 2024. And here we are in December, mid-December of 2023, and I got it earlier than expected, so that's good. Again, pretty cool. I do have the Lego Super Mario, like the NES with the TV and Bowser, and also do have the Pac-Man arcade. So I figured why not? Let me stick to the Lego Super Mario or video game theme. So, and I really do like the way this looks, and I think for the 60 or 70 bucks that you pay for this, it's not necessary. It's a pretty good set there. There's the measurements. There's the actual build itself. This is one of those that you kind of open from the bottom. So I'm just going to do that right now for you guys. Um, I love these smaller builds, so we'll see what's all in here. So box is empty. It looks like you get one. So 6 bags in total? Yeah, 6 bags. So you got 1, 2, 3. I think this one's gonna go by pretty quick. You got 4, you've got 5, and you've got 6, and of course you get your instructions with the set. So yeah, I'm gonna take my time and build this one and enjoy it, and then let you guys know my thoughts on this set. And here's a book. They give you a bit of a history of the Piranha plant in the different games, going all the way back to Super Mario. On the NES, you go through the 64 and Nintendo 64. You got Sunshine on the GameCube, Galaxy on the Wii, and of course Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. Something about the designers, so that's really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the beginning. So as I said, I'm going to build this and then give you guys my thoughts. Okay, guys. So here we are back. Finally got done here building this Lego Piranha plant. And what an awesome build. It was such a, I want to call it a palette cleanser. My last two Lego sets that I built was the Lego Avengers Tower and then the Batman Shadow Box Batcave. And those were bigger builds, bigger sets, and they were awesome to build. But once I was done with those, I was a bit like, oh man. But that's what these smaller sets are good for. And so that's why I call them a bit of a palette cleanser, because this was so enjoyable to build. It was nice to have a build, open the bags, get it done. I think, as I showed you earlier, 6 bags, so it wasn't a lot. And I had this done maybe within a day, probably in about an hour, taking my time getting it all done. And it was a very enjoyable build. So to start us off here, you're going to build the base first, which is a pipe, essentially, the warp pipe. And all green. Of course, the insides are all different pieces and everything. That's really cool. Then the other part is you're building the stem, which once it sits here, you can take this in and out. It's not plugged in, but you guys could see, you see some shaking in there. I'll show you what it is in a second. But essentially, once you're done building this, you're kind of left with something like that. All green warp pipe. And I think for all the pieces used, they've done an awesome job of recreating that warp pipe. But then you start building the stem of the flower, which again is your standard long Lego pieces, all in green. Some of the green is slightly off tone, but for the most part, it does a good job of being cohesive there. Then you build the leaves here, which do really cool. And of course, the last part is the mouth and the different pieces of the head here. But essentially, this is just sitting in there. And base does have you can move him or her. You can move it back and forth. So if you wanted to sit back just a tad, it can, but you can also put it forward if you wanted to. At that point, it does become a little heavy, so you'll see that it is a bit of leaning forward, so you just have to be careful. I tend to put mine sort of leaning back, so some of the weight is distributed better. As you notice, the leaves are fully articulated. I mean, most articulation for the most part. So if you wanted to, you can sort of say, hey, I don't know what's going on here. Or you can put the leaves sort of facing to the side, or one up and one to the side. And then you can also move these middle sections here, so they are on a hinge. So you can hinge them out in and out. So no issues there. I showed you the base. Also, those move back and forth. Then moving on to the mouth here, I guess the easiest thing to go after is the fact that it does open and close. So you can open this probably that far, and then you can close it that much. And he looks like it's got its mouth closed. This is also on a ball joint, so you can change the direction that the head sort of faces to try to give it, you know, different poses there. Now the head, unfortunately, can look up. You can make it look up if you wanted to, and that's fine. But I think once you get past a certain point, the weight will just carry it, you know, down. It'll just weigh it down. So it's not necessarily something that will stay in one position. I think this probably would have had to been a bit more heftier to hold the whole weight of the head there. But overall, some nice details here on the head. You've got the awesome red with the white spots that are all printed. And you got white and reds. And the reds, thankfully, were all, you know, no issues with color difference or anything like that. So that was really nice. And then, of course, this opens. You've got teeth. You got the pink piece there that's supposed to, I guess, make you think of his tongue, I guess, or his mouth. And then, of course, you got the lips. Really cool. And then you've got the, as I said, the really sharp teeth. But an interesting build nonetheless. And you can open and close the mouth there. And, of course, as I said, you can move the head different directions there to give it a bit of a look. There is a bit of a play feature with this set. What was awesome too is no stickers, all prints, which was nice. But there's a section here in the back that you essentially use to release. There's a little trapdoor here on the bottom. So you open that and it opens this bottom part, and then you can just close it and it does that. So I don't know if you caught that, but what dropped out of the bottom were 2 coins. Of course, the Mario coins, so that's really cool. These are also printed, which is really nice. Again, no stickers. I love that. But again, you get your Mario coins, and there is a bit of a playability where if you wanted to, you can drop these in there. So there's a slot, 1 coin, 2 coin, and then you can come back here, press this, that'll open the door, and again, release the coins. So that's a neat little, I guess, feature here on the Piranha plant. You can play with the coins. Me personally, this is going to be a display piece right next to my Lego NES set. But it's really cool to have this. I'm thinking Lego should try and build more like characters from the Mario series, kind of in this same scale. So maybe a Goomba or the Koopa Troopas, you know, the turtles, the enemies. And, you know, that would be a way to sort of expand that whole, this whole Lego lineup. But as far as the Piranha plant here, neat little set. A quick build, very enjoyable, and I think this is what, 60, 70 bucks. I think for 60 bucks, this is a really, really cool build. If you're into the Mario lore and if you want to sort of expand your video game collection, I also think that this is also a cool little standalone display piece. You can have this just sitting on your desk, right? You don't have to get a whole bunch of Lego or be a huge Lego fan for this. If you're a fan of Mario and video games and you have a fondness for those games like I do, you can just display this pretty much on its own, and it'll look pretty cool. But that's it, right? That's it, guys. This is a pretty enjoyable build. A really nice character here from the Mario Brothers. Again, set 71426. But I love it. I love it. Highly recommend it. If you get a chance, get your hands on it. But thank you so much if you made it to the end of the video. If I missed anything, you have any questions, again, feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, thank you so much for your very valuable time, and I will catch you next time. Take care.